Now, if you look on these little brochures here, you see dignitaries. You see those names there. Every last one of them told me that they will be here today. There's nothing in the world they can tell me that's more important than being here to honor these children who are not criminals, who are not selling drugs. Nothing they can tell me. They complain constantly that our children are not getting an education. They're all strung out on drugs. They have truancy problems and so on. You tell me that they could not bring their behinds here today to honor these kids just like you were here. See, they don't sign my check. I can say what I want to say. I don't have a political job. God has blessed me with this TRIO program. And I'm looking at this, I am teed off. They told me they will be here. There's nothing more important unless they're in the hospital. Okay? I have a special guest. Guest, should I say. Many times when students graduate from our program, once we spend those thousands of dollars on them, each bus costs me $700 when I take them on a trip. I don't take them anywhere on those, how do you call it, banana buses. We take them on coaches. At least $700. Now, if the trip to Washington, D.C. last year cost me $10,000 just for those buses, and we had to feed them. City, Jersey didn't give me any money for it. Plainfield didn't give me any money for it. That was in my budget from the federal government. I stretched that budget because I made a promise to these kids. You give me those grades, I'm gonna reward you. Remember I said I'm going like that Baptist minister? I got to introduce these young folks who came here. I'll get into that later on. I have some students here. Came through the program. Graduated. They're doing something with their lives now. The young lady who was up here, who's serving as mistress of ceremonies, well, she was something else in Lincoln High School. She was sharp. Came to school every day. She was in my young ladies program at Lincoln High School. She had to come dressed because she know Mama was one of my partners. She kept this young lady focused. She's a mortician now. A mortician. She came to me today. Now, we had the FBI. They didn't come to Jersey to arrest nobody now. They came into Ferris High School, called them up, gave them a DVD of the trip to Washington, D.C. They saw the diversity in that program. This is not a black program. It's not an Hispanic program. It's an American program. These kids represent America. Right? Once they saw that, they said, we'll come into Jersey City because we love the diversity in your program. I'm not telling, if I said Giuseppe and told you everybody love it because of diversity, I'll be telling you a lie. Got a lot of player haters out there. But let me tell you one thing, God is on my side. And no matter what they try, they've been trying for years, but I'm still here rocking and talking, all right? So they can't do nothing about it. Remember what did MC Hammer say? Can't touch this, okay? The other person, the mama threatened me. Threatened me in a good way, though. She heard about the program. She confronted me one day on Lincoln High School staff. She said, Miss Johnson, I want to get my daughters into your program. I said, well, we don't take seniors. It takes a while to work with seniors. She looked at me and said, you can take my daughters. But one thing she said, I will be a loyal parent. She was. She, just like she's walking around here now taking those pictures, she was on those trips. We needed another parent for trips. She was there. Daughters graduated from academic, put them into the program, right? When they were on their way to Morgan, I told them one thing. I said, let your boyfriend's name be spelled, what was it, twins? Do you remember? That long? Let Mr. Johnson refresh their memory. I said, let your boyfriend's name be spelled B-O-O-K-S. The first semester, they told their mother, tell Mr. Johnson our boyfriend's name was B-O-O-K-S. They made the dean's list. Morgan State gave him full scholarships. One is at the Discovery Channel, and the other one works at now was the TV one. Both of them at one time was at the Discovery Channel. That's progress. They're making something of themselves. And Donna Atwater, you know I love you. The other one. These are brothers and sisters. Shakima Brooks. Oh, the twins' name again is also Miss Atwater, where's Miss Gaston? I don't want to throw no rocks at me now, because if I mispronounce the twins' names. Corinne Gaston and Corinne Gaston. Those are the twins. Stand up. Okay. They had just came off vacation. I think they were on an island somewhere, and Mama said, you better be there tomorrow. So they caught that plane, but they're here now. And like I said, Kanita, she was on that DVD that the city of Jersey City did for us when we went to Washington, D.C. Everyone says she was exquisite, just so poised about her. So we have some fine, fine young ladies and gentlemen. Getting to Shakima Brooks and Michael. Stand up, please. This brother and sister team is from Plainfield, New Jersey. I'll start with the oldest brother. I think in high school, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I think on the old SATs. Now, you know that's one thing that troubles our students, especially inner city kids. They just do not do well on standardized testing. But what I told them, I broke tradition with what schools are telling kids these days. Take the SAT your junior year, take the SAT your senior year. That's too late. Suburbia is pushing these kids to take the SAT in the 7th grade. Union County, Plainfield, Jersey City, if you are listening to that about junior and senior year, you are late. And then you wonder why your child does not do well. They have courses in these middle schools in suburbia for these kids. They're not smarter than your kids. They're better prepared. That's why they're getting the scholarship money. Michael went to Rutgers University. If I'm not mistaken, on the SATs of 1,600 at a time. Brother man, was it about 12 something you scored on that? And you know, that was outstanding for a young, especially young black male, to score that high. He went to Rutgers and graduated. He is at now New York Law School. Shakima Brooks, his sister. She beat her brother on the SATs now. Was it 14 or 1,500? You don't remember. Is it a 14 or 1,500? Wow. But they did not wait until the junior, senior year. Freshman, sophomore year, they start preparing themselves. They listen to the right advice. Don't hold your child back. Listen, you got to be partners with the schools. But you can't go by everything they tell you. You got to have some imagination yourselves. You cannot wait for the school systems to educate completely your child. You have to take the initiative. And stop going in there defending your child. Oh, my child is right. You're wrong. You're not there with your child. Okay? Support the school systems. Shakima, by the time she graduated from Plainfield High School, You went on that trip with us down to Spelman, down to Atlanta? Oh, yeah. Ivy League schools offered her full scholarships. She had a choice of these schools. But after that trip down to Atlanta, guess where she went? Spelman. Full scholarship. So we have to appreciate them.